if Franz and Paolo are your primary initiators, which they need to be, and this is where I want to take this conversation, because I think if there's going to be one thing holding the Magic back, it is this thing. This Orlando starting lineup, if Desmond Bane turns his shooting around, has three incredible additive players around their two best players positionally. Wendell Carter Jr., a center who can protect the rim and shoot threes. Desmond Bane and Jalen Suggs, 2+ defenders. Jalen Suggs, an elite defender, who are both elite shooters. You put these three next to Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, it cannot fail. And if it fails, it is a failure of coaching and nothing else. It is a tactical deployment failure by Jamahl Mosley. If we look a month from now and Paolo Banchero isn't a lock all-star and Franz Wagner isn't having the best offensive season, like, these additive players need to be leveraged in this way. I can't open Twitter and see that Franz Wagner is on ball 6th most on his own team behind Anthony Black and Tyus Jones. Can't do it. That cannot happen. That is a failure by Jamahl Mosley. And if this keeps up, that will be the thing that prevents them from reaching their ceiling. That is it. That is the thing. It's not Desmond Bane continuing to shoot 20% from three. Like, if that happens, that is an outlier of all outliers. If a month from now they're still hovering around 500 and overall we're still like, man, the Magic just haven't quite got where we think they're going to get, it is a failure by Jamahl Mosley. He has been, including Desmond Bane and his 20% from three, including, if you thought Paolo Banchero, if you thought this was the year he's going to make the All-NBA leap, and you're a little bit disappointed by him shooting 25% from three, including that, Jamahl Mosley's start to the season has been the biggest disappointment by far. He has not leveraged the skill sets of his players as good as he can, and that's going to catch up to them if they keep up this way. They need to do something about that. They need Franz and Paolo to be the stars of this team. It can't be like, I get it. I get you want to make Bane comfortable. That's cool. Bane is a nice tertiary creator. He's developing some really good chemistry with Wendell Carter Jr. I love seeing Desmond Bane do the little handoff with Wendell Carter Jr. and then whip that one-handed pass to the weak corner. He is excellent at it. And that's part of why he's worth so much what he is. I'm not saying he shouldn't start any possessions, but they need to shift to Franz and Paolo being the stars of this team. And that is the one thing that is making me say, God, like, maybe they won't get to where I thought they would in the preseason.
Yeah, you're just spot on. I love everything you said there. We've talked about and kicked around this concept where, and we'll release a video soon about this, where basically a lot of NBA teams are going to these situations where they're either starting, as we call them, fake point guards. So a player like Dante DiVincenzo, who is not a point guard, is actually a small wing who's a spacer. And those are the guys that they're starting at point guard. Or in some cases, I would say, I wouldn't call Jalen Suggs a fake point guard, but I would say that he's a very good off-ball player and should give way to better on-ball players like Franz and Paolo when they're on the court at the same time as him. And basically the Magic are just not playing that way. They're just like, no, this guy has point guard in his name, and therefore he initiates possessions, and therefore he has the ball in his hands, and therefore he runs the pick and rolls, and this other guy, he has wing in his title, so therefore he spots up on the wing and he catches and attacks closeouts, and that's what he does. And it's a really weird deployment strategy at this point for Jamahl Mosley. I have some hope and faith that he'll turn it around in terms of recognizing what's not working well. But the fact that all of these issues that we've listed are really significant issues